Hey, what's up, everyone? I am here with a new knife I picked up for the collection. Some of you probably already recognize this. It is the Kershaw Leek, but it's a little different than the typical Kershaw Leek. Um, Let me explain. I've heard nothing but good things about the Leek. It's been around a while. Um, Heard it was pretty popular, but nothing. It didn't really grab me enough to be interested in it. But then I saw this version right here, and as you can tell, it has copper scales. I really like the copper scales quite a bit. I like the look of them, and I like especially that gives it some extra thickness, it appears, and some heft and extra weight, and I actually like that. Um, I'm not really somebody who goes looking for the lightest possible knife they can get and trying to shave off like tenths of an ounce. So this appealed to me. The other thing that appealed to me was that the blade steel, instead of being 14C28N, I believe that's what the steel is, this one actually has CPM154. As you can see, I think it's written back here, CPM154. Possibly not, I don't know. But, yep, says it right over there, CPM154. This is a Ken Onion design. I've been flipping it, trying to break it in a little bit. And as you can see, the patina is already starting to take. I've only had this for a couple of days. It came shrink wrapped, I guess, to stop the air from doing its thing. And, it's a pretty cool knife. Um, so I'm just going to go over some of the good, the bad, and the ugly on this thing, to quote Nick Shabazz. Wow. Sorry, Nick. Although I don't think he's watching. I'm not really that big a channel. But anyway, let's take a few basic measurements. I mean, just like the regular Leek, it's 7 inches long, 3-inch blade length, 4-inch handle. It is assisted opening. It uses the Kershaw Speed Safe, and the typical Leek goes around like $50, give or take a dollar or two. This one was actually 88, and I think it's well worth it when you figure that it has the copper scales and the CMP 154 steel blade. Came really sharp right out of the box, very nice, like that. And instead of having a frame lock like the other Leeks, it actually has a liner lock, and the liner lock. This is gonna sound crazy. I really like the liner lock. It seems like some liner locks are a little too hard to actuate. This one is just there's very it's strange. There's if you look at it from the side, there's very little for your thumb to grab onto, but it's just very easy to push it aside. It's great. So like that quite a bit. Um, what I don't like, and I think it really is kind of stupid, is this lock here, the safety. Now, I only have one other assisted knife that I can think of that has a safety on it. It's a Gerber. I don't remember the name, but it's a Gerber, and the safety is actually right about here. So it has the thumb studs, to actuate it, and then it has the safety. Um, but it's in a convenient spot. It's in a spot that's kind of like typical where you kind of have your thumb anyway, so it's not a big deal just to kind of press it with the this part of your thumb right here and just kind of send it off. This one, in case you haven't noticed, um, and you probably might have, has the safety back here. Yes, it's on the back of the knife at the bottom. And let me show you how this works. So, as you can tell, that is the back of the blade right there. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not, but let's see there. If you push this pin over, yeah, there you can see. I don't know if you can see it, but there's this little black peg that goes in front of it. So if you press this, it doesn't open. So if you want it to open, you have to press it. Let's see, press it back, and then it slides out of the way, and then you can do that. It's not real convenient to do. Like if you pull it out of your pants pocket, I guess you can do it then, but it's just kind of awkward. So um, I've tried like kind of working it back and forth, um, and it's gotten a little bit better. The first few times it was kind of tough because it was new. It's gotten better, but I think even if it totally 100% breaks in, I think it's going to kind of suck. It's going to be really, really crappy lock. Now, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I took the safety off and I actually dropped it a couple of times on a carpet just to see if it would cause the speed safe to to drop it. I dropped it kind of like this to see if it would trigger and open up, which I actually had happen with my other Kershaw assisted opening that has the well placed safety, and that one would open. I didn't do that intentionally; it just was an accident. I dropped the knife, and all of a sudden, it came like firing open. This one did not do that, but when you do close it, it's I don't know, it doesn't feel like it has a positive. I guess you can use detent to hold it in there. It seems to close just fine. I don't know. I have only carried it just today for a very, very short while, and I've just kind of been couch flipping it. Now, as far as the assisted part of it, it works very, very nicely. The flipper tab is pretty cool. It's a tiny little flipper tab. Very nice there. It has the thumb studs, but because of the location, I'm not really that thrilled with the location of a thumb stud. It's not bad. It's just that I prefer the flipper tab. I don't know. Maybe I'll get used to it. But to be honest with you, I've used the flipper tab better than 90% of the time I've opened it. Now, as far as this goes, this has gotten better. The strange thing, though, is if you look at the the thumb stud, like see how the thumb stud's not like rounded per se, because you have to give it a little bit of a push. So you don't want it to be rounded because you don't want your thumb sliding over it. With the safety, it's actually kind of rounded and sunk down quite a bit. So you have to really want to put it on and really want to take it off, which is kind of a pain in the neck because when I first got this, like I'm pressing my thumb into it and it's a little tough to push down with your thumb. Like you really want to actually end up using your nail to do it because it's a little tough. Like I said, it's gotten slightly better. I think it will get better, but it sucks. It really, really sucks. That's really the only thing I don't like about this knife. Like I said, this might not be people's taste because of the weight. I believe it's about I had figured out it's like 50 or 60% heavier than the aluminum version. But I just think it looks really, really cool. And as you can tell, in I would say less than 2 days, I'm already starting to get some wear on it and some patina. Same thing back here too. Probably gonna move that. Oh, that's another thing too. I have to move the clip because the way the clip is set up is it is for left-handed carry. So I'm gonna have to flip that around a little bit too. It looks like those are maybe like T6 screws. So I'll probably end up doing that after the video has concluded. But I guess some people would consider this a gentleman's knife, and I would say that kind of fits the bill as a gentleman's knife. I mean, it looks pretty cool because it's got kind of that thin profile. That's another thing. The stock on it is it's pretty thin. I think it's like 0.09 inches at the thickest part, and it thins up quite a bit. And if I remember correctly, it is a hollow grind. And it does slice pretty well. I went through some Amazon boxes today. You know me, living the tactical life. So I was cutting some Amazon boxes open and whatnot. Now, a couple of things I would have changed besides getting rid of that god-awful lock, or at least the location of that god-awful lock. Don't quite understand why they use the darker colored screws in here. Now they have 3 screws here, and then they have the lanyard hole and stuff. I don't know why they didn't charge a little more and like anodize the screws. That would have been really cool. I would have liked that. Actually, you know what? While you're at it, anodize the thumb studs too. Pocket clip's a little big, but I like the pocket clip. It does kind of swoop up a little bit, a la Civivi clips, but not as bad as the Civivi clips. Also has steel liners. Don't They don't appear to be skeletonized. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, if you're looking for the Leek, they have the regular ones for 50. Probably my second choice would have been the stainless steel, which surprisingly isn't that much more than the aluminum. It's only a few bucks more, so that would be a cool one. And then I also saw that they have the carbon fiber ones, which are pretty nice. But I really like the copper. If they had like brass, I still would have picked copper. If they had titanium, I don't know if I would have gone for the titanium or the copper. If they were the same price, maybe the titanium. But I just like the color of copper, and I think even when it does get the patina on it, I think I'll really like the way it looks. So just a little FYI, because I know some of you probably already have a Leek or you're really familiar with it. But if you're looking for something a little different, this is a nice option, and it's not more because you know how it is. Sometimes like knife companies will do just a little bit of an extra thing to a knife, and they'll have like a massive increase in price. It's like, oh, look at this, we put a little piece of wood inlay in the handle, and we're going to charge you twice the price now. Whereas with this, they're putting really nice copper scales, and they're putting a vastly better blade steel, and it's only up like 35 bucks. So I think that's pretty good. Oh, and the other cool thing about this is made in the USA. That was I tend to like USA knives. I bought some Chinese knives, but I tend to like those the best. And when I saw this was made in the USA, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm getting it. And I bought it from Amazon. I will put a link in the description for those of you who might be interested. Um, so have a good one. Talk to you later.